Flagrant fouls. Y'all want to get
flagrant fouls.
Y'all had an issue particular with the Dylan Brooks one. I mean, y'all.
Please go first.
Yes, I will go first. My issue. Well, this is more broader than Dylan Brooks, but our conversation started from the fact that I thought that the fact that he got suspended was a little bit too much of an egregious. I don't disagree that foul was reckless and it wasn't a flagrant 2. That was a flagrant 2 all the way across the board.
The
fact that he got ejected. The fact that he got ejected.
I think that was a flagrant 2.
Yeah, that's a flagrant 2.
I think it was flagrant 2.
Okay, I think it's a flagrant 2. I just don't think he should have got suspended for a game.
You looked at the replay, right?
Like you saw motion it. It took 3 shots. I did all.
I would get
in real time.
I don't think Draymond's was either.
What,
Draymond's wasn't.
No, I agree with that.
Draymond's wasn't.
Not a 2. Maybe a 1.
See, I disagree with that.
You think that was a 2?
He shouldn't have grabbed him by the jersey.
Y'all confused. Y'all throwing me all over the place.
both of them flagrant 2s to me. Both of them flagrant.
He let him down.
Those are not the same fouls.
They're not the same foul. They're not the same foul, but I still feel both of those are flagrant 2s. But Draymond should not got it.
You can talk. They throwing me all over for loose.
I just don't believe somebody should be ejected from a game unless you're doing something that you can say is potentially like you are purposely trying to hurt that player. I don't like the fact that Dylan got suspended for a game over that flagrant 2. That's my problem with that.
Is it
flagrant 2 is automatic suspension, right?
No,
flagrant 2 is not automatic.
The league determines whether or not they'll go review the flagrant 2.
Yeah, he shouldn't have got suspended.
I don't believe he should have got suspended.
Why? All right, before I even chime in, why?
Because it wasn't that bad for him to get suspended.
The man got hurt. Man.
You get that every time. That happens,
man. Come on, man.
I'm not suspended.
Throw some dirt on it.
It'd be a different story.
Throw some dirt on it.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. The rule of it says if they can prove that was malicious. I don't see that as being malicious. I see it as being reckless.
That's why he should have got suspended.
But I don't see it as being malicious.
That's why he should have got suspended. It was reckless.
So Draymond wasn't reckless when he grabbed his jersey and put him down?
That wasn't
at first, but he was able to stop himself from making it worse.
He grabbed his jersey. That's still reckless. He didn't have to grab his jersey.
Draymond was not going to let nothing happen to that dude.
He didn't let nothing. Right. That's why you can't make that the same type of foul or the same type of recklessness.
See, I look at that.
He grabbed him and he did hold him up so that he did.
Draymond did not hold nobody up.
He did.
No, he didn't.
Look, I don't think it was a flagrant 2.
I watched it over and over.
Draymond could have just did that to make it look good.
Right.
He could have just grabbed him.
Draymond didn't hold it up. When he let it go, he came down.
I'm putting him past Draymond.
He made a poor decision trying to stop the guy from moving, and in the same motion he held them so that he didn't hurt himself. Okay,
that's the only way he could fall on his knees. That's the only way you can fall on your knees.
Right.
You fall on your
Second, that Dylan Brooks play, I agree. I don't think it was malicious intent, but that was a stupid, reckless play.
So what about?
It's not a basketball play. It's not a basketball play.
Basketball play in what way?
It's not a basketball play.
So you say
the dude didn't even get off the ground.
So you didn't even jump. So you saying he
didn't even jump.
So you telling me he came over flying clothes?
This man did it. Did you watch it? I watched that replay so many times. That's why I'm glad you changed your position from the text messages, because I'm like, ain't no way. What kind of angle with the magnifying glass did you look at this replay and say that this was a basketball play? There's no angle on that replay that was a basketball play.
It's a flagrant 2.
So what about Siakam?
What about Siakam?
Was that a basketball play?
When he did the jump?
Yeah, was that basketball play?
That looked on purpose.
First of all, it probably
that was malicious.
That was probably on purpose.
And that was malicious.
Probably malicious, right? But that's still a we've been taught to play basketball. You keep your head up and watch out for those bulls. That's how we've been taught to play basketball.
Zaza Pachulia, was that malicious?
So that's also Joel's fault and to a certain extent as well.
Zaza Pachulia, when he took out Kawhi Leonard, was that malicious?
I gotta look at that play again.
He purposely put his foot under Kawhi to get him injured.
Don't serve me right
now.
Well,
what I'm saying is I'm gonna tell you what happened. He purposely put his foot under Kawhi to twist his ankles, and Kawhi got injured to the point he was out the rest of the series, and that changed the whole series for San Antonio to lose to Golden State. Because at the time Kawhi was killing.
Okay.
So Zaza didn't get suspended.
He should have.
He didn't get suspended.
Well,
the rules were different.
It's a counter. Yeah, it's a counter that. Then that NBA is now taking.
They didn't change it till after that.
They're now taking into consideration what happened. So the injury. So if you get injured, they take that into consideration.
So if I foul you, get injured, I'm automatically suspended.
Depends on how severe the injury is. Yes. Yes,
That's why you review
adds to
that
it.
play. That's why that Dylan Brooks play. You review that play. That's not a basketball play. He didn't get off the ground. He was beat. He did a one. He connected.
He just missed the ball.
Connected. No, he wasn't nowhere near.
He was there.
His hand was the ball.
He missed the ball. To me, like he just jumped off the ground. He didn't jump off the ground.
The ball was out here, and he hit dude right here. He wasn't even.
He missed the ball.
If you say he
made a play on the ball.
He made a play on the ball.
He made a play on the
If I'm
ball.
on a fast break, and if I'm on a
He didn't make a play on this. He made a play on the ball.
I think he made a play on the ball.
I played the ball. Nah, he make a play on the
But
ball.
you know what? But also, hold
I ain't going
up.
with
Well,
that.
also, I seen a lot of plays they call where a person make the play on the ball, but just because of the way the guy was falling or the angle,
he gets a flagrant too.
right, he gets a flagrant.
I disagree with that too, because I mean I'm always of the mindset, because this is how the flagrants used to be called before. If you're making a play on the ball, if it looks like
my face,
you can miss the ball and hit somebody's face. It happens all the time.
Shocking.
But I'm
It's
saying,
shocking to hear this coming from him. The games that we used to play.
listen, no. Listen, it's fluid. No, you gotta evolve. Let's go. No, but here's the problem is though. Today's NBA.
Tackle basketball?
Yeah. You know me. We don't call foul. We just go at it. We leave the court with crutches. So, all right. But look, I just feel like in today's NBA, they're trying to do everything they can to protect the players. Now, what you said about Jaja Pachulia, that the rules were different. He should have been suspended.
What about
whatever,
Clay Joint?
all that stuff.
What about Clay Joint? Because I could have swore Clay got pushed. That's how he got messed up his ankle.
No. Danny went up and he missed. Like he kind of missed for the shot.
He still hit him.
Yeah, but he
caused.
That's just Clay did like a reverse though.
But he still caused Clay to get injured. He still caused that.
That's not the point. It's like, all right, making a basketball play and a player gets injured on a basketball play, you got to look at the intent. Mm-hmm. You talking about coming from behind a guy. You're beat on the play.
So I just got to give you the layup?
Yes. No. You're beat already.
Yes. No.
You're beat. No.
I'm not doing that.
No, you're beat already.
I'm not giving you that layup. We're in the playoffs. I'm playing for this contract just like you. I'm playing to win just like you.
No, because you got to take people's careers into. That's what the NBA is doing.
He didn't do it to intentionally injury.
Listen,
I think he just missed.
I get that, but as a basketball player, if you're beat that bad, you can't come up from behind on a guy and swipe and think you're going to stop them from trying to score or whatever. Because then you got to consider injuring a person. This is what the NBA is looking at and saying, well, what can we do to protect our players to lessen injuries? You're beat on a play. You're beat on a play, dude. Unless you're going to run up and grab them and stop them from
stop. You got to stop a lot of things then. Screens. You get injured running into somebody big.
Fam, listen.
A whole bunch of stuff you gotta change. You don't want somebody to get hurt.
Stop the screen.
I'm just saying though, in general.
I'm playing for this. You
gotta be consistent.
I'm playing for this contract. I'm playing for the championship. The game is on the line. I'm not giving you a free layup if I can stop the layup.
All I'm gonna say is
you're beat.
I'm stopping the layup if I can stop it.
All I'm gonna say is
that you should have been playing defense. You should have been playing the ball. You shouldn't have got back.
It wasn't my man.
It wasn't my man. It don't matter. You got beat. You got beat. Your team messed up now. Play defense. Check the ball.
If I can stop you from getting the layup, I'm not going to try to injure you. I'm not going to try to injure you.
If you're not going to try and still do it, that's different.
How on a fast break can you try to block a layup without jumping? Like, how can you try?
You can't defend this, man. You really can't defend this.
I'm not defending Dylan. Y'all talking about defending Dylan. Only thing I have an issue with is the suspensions. I don't disagree that wasn't a flagrant 2. I just don't like the suspension for it. I don't think you deserve a suspension for a game.
Because a playoffs or that's a game.
You gonna get him.
But that happens on a regular basis. Even if you don't intentionally do it, that can still happen.
But he would have got hurt without him doing that.
I could have injured you another way. You know how many times people get injured on the basis of?
You know why he need to be suspended? Because it's never gonna resonate if there's not stronger accountability.
Okay, but wait a minute. All right, so here's another thing.
But I think the problem is they are inconsistent.
They are.
They're inconsistent.
And that annoys me too.
I agree with that. They have to get to a more consistent standard with this.
Yeah,
I agree with
that.
Now,
question.
But that play, specifically that Dylan Brooks ruling and play, I agree with.
Before, I know the information came out that changed the aspect of that. But what did y'all think of that Jordan Poole play when it came out? Because they were talking about how that might have caused.
No.
Now I'm just saying, but they were trying to say that called.
No.
A human brain cannot grab somebody's shit.
Let me pull you this me right now.
You gotta learn that in the month. You cannot do that.
That hurt?
No.
Like, come on.
You gotta learn that from the month.
You don't know what type of training he had. He could have some. Yes. You know what I mean? But he knew to grab the right spot. The pressure point. Yes. You know what I mean? You never know.
Just making sure. Because I didn't think that caused injury.
No, because he banged his knee against somebody.
He banged it against Clay.
And he was dealing.
But they saying that when Dylan yanked us when he started acting like he was injured.
He dealt with it.
I mean, not Dylan. Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole. And I'm not saying. I'm saying that yank probably aggravated something that was already there. Is what I'm saying.
So if you aggravate an injury and caused me to be out the game, it's not still a foul.
But
it wasn't intentional. He was reaching for the ball, missed, and grabbed his knee. Like what how you gonna?
It don't look like he reached for the ball.
Hold it down. I ain't let you get away with that. You can slack for the ball and you don't.
Keep on like this.
Right, you don't grip.
Like
you slack.
He did, come on. There's a lot of crazy things happen when.
Like me running, not jumping and swinging and miss.
When I'm reaching, I never reach and grab. I reach. I don't ever reach and grab.
Yo, whatever. Yo, you can examine that however you want to examine it. I don't
think it was I don't think it was the thing, but I'm sorry. With the reach and grab, you don't do that. You reach. You don't reach and grab.
You also got to realize the NBA, they take the whole series in total. Right, they take the theme of the series and what's going on. Before the Dylan Brooks joint, you had a Flagrant. The Draymond was before that, right?
So I know they thought it was retirement.
They say in the fans of the game,
if you're not going to suspend Draymond, then you don't suspend.
But it's also what happened after, right? Like Draymond did it and he's holding the dude up, like clearly.
Right.
Dylan did that and just kept walking. Like
he went over to him and then he went over to him. He went over to him.
He realized
he fouled him. He went over.
Yeah,
he realized he messed up.
That's the same thing Draymond. Draymond grabbed his shirt. Let me look like I'm trying to help him. I'm really not. I don't care. Draymond didn't care.
But it's still
Draymond didn't care.
And they both should be good ref faking too.
Dylan like, you dead? Oh nah.
Draymond got a flagrant.
How about this? All flagrant twos, you automatically suspended.
If you do that, I'll live with that.
All flagrant twos, automatically suspended.
I'll live with that.
You can't
because you're doing it off of judgment.
You leaving it up to a person to judge.
Because remember, the flagrant 2 was called in the game, so the ref could have made a mistake. So the league looking at it like, oh, that was a wrong call.
No, after the league reviewing, they still consider it a flagrant 2.
After review?
Yeah, after reviewing, you still consider flagrant 2 to suspend it. Now, if you don't consider a flagrant 2, then they good. But if you consider it still a flagrant 2, after the league review, you automatically suspend it. I don't care who you is or what you did.
Yeah, that's all.
They judge
that way.
But that's my problem. It's a judgment, and I don't like the fact that it's a judgment.
No, I'm about to say the injury plays a factor of why he got suspended.
And that shouldn't, because the injury is a part of the game.
A foul is a foul. Like, if it's a flagrant, it's a flagrant. No matter you get injured or not.
But also what happened, right? Like, he fell on his elbow. He could have fell on his neck. Like, that's the on your shoulder. You could have fell on your shoulder. But he caught. But the problem is he wasn't like the situation where he didn't have a way to react.
You're only taking one part of the scenario. You got to put all the pieces together, and this is why the NBA ruled it the way they ruled it. He made a reckless flagrant foul. He made a reckless foul, period. Like, you don't do that.
That was one of probably the worst ones I've seen.
I've seen
worse. But you can't judge. You can't judge on retaliation. My thing is, you shouldn't judge on retaliation. You got to judge the play as it is.
Focusing on it seemed like y'all just
focusing on the injury. No,
because the injury aspect is what got suspended.
It plays.
But that's what got it suspended.
That's not the only.
If he didn't get injured, he wouldn't have got suspended.
Yes, he would have.
No, he wouldn't.
That's not the only reason, because the dude could have.
I'm about to just play the video on the background.
I'm saying you can play it. You can play all you want. Everybody said the reason why he got suspended was because he got suspended because he got injured.
No, they didn't, because I've been watching a lot of takes on this foul, and every basketball player that had a take on it agreed with the suspension. And quite a few of them said it's not because he got hurt; it's because of the recklessness of the play.
And
he didn't even get off the ground.
Hit the man in the head. I went to the comment section to see what everybody was saying, and everybody was like, "Well deserved."
Well deserved.
No, nobody disagreed with that.
A lot of what the Warriors to win anyway.
Right, a lot of the commentaries said they disagree with it.
JJ, everybody.
You're talking about that.
Everybody.
Like now, if you go Jefferson, like a lot of players.
Richard Jefferson, like
a lot of players.
Agreed.
Have been agreeing that that's just a reckless play that you don't.
No, a lot of them said he should have been flagrant. A lot of them said they don't agree from being suspended.
No. I don't know what you watching.
I was watching it when they first happened. They said a lot of players say they didn't want him to get suspended. They said they hope he don't get suspended.
Of course, they gonna say that.
So that's the same aspect to me.
Don't do those stupid plays.
I don't. Right? It's a reckless play. I'm not debating that. All I'm saying is fix the fact that you're making a suspension based off of judgment. So if you automatically get a flagrant 2 and your league reviews a flagrant 2, suspending.
Let me say.
If I go for a layup and you say you ain't mean to undercut me, right?
Okay.
You're not paying attention.
Okay.
When you undercut somebody in the air, not only can they that in their career,
right?
They can break their back, neck, or whatever.
Flagrant 2 suspending.
Just because of my body, I was able to just get back up.
No, suspending. That's what I'm saying. If it's called a flagrant 2, suspending.
If they call a flagrant 2,
they call it a flagrant 2.
Anything that leads to injury, they call a flagrant 2.
Huh?
You cool with Dylan being suspended then?
If you want to, I'm talking. If you want to break the ground, I'm not cool with Dylan. I don't agree with that. But I'm saying because they calling it off of a judgment call and they saying ill intent.
No, you look at that.
All I'm saying is any foul that leads to injury, call a flagrant 2.
Right. I don't agree with the suspension.
Have the league
but if you're going to
and decide whether it warrants a suspension.
This is why they can't do that.
That's what they just
did.
This
is why they can't do that.
That's what they did.
This is why they can't do that. And you saying any foul that leads to injury, call it a
no.
That's what he said.
No, I don't agree with that.
No, but that's what they're going by. If I'm shooting a jumper and you take my ankle out, that's an injury. But they just call that a regular foul.
There's a severity factor here.
They call that a regular foul. But if I'm hurt laying on the ground, now it's a flagrant.
They call it a flagrant 2 because he hit his head.
I understand. What's the difference? What's the difference?
What do you mean? What's the difference?
No, if I shoot a jumper and you land in my space, when my space not come down, I sprain my ankle and I'm out. And I'm out for the rest of the game, maybe a few games.
To the head.
I'm saying, what's the difference?
Really unintentional. This is different.
No, that's not unintentional. You know, you gotta give me space to land.
But y'all arguing with 2 different points.
Yeah.
The point.
But it's still hurt. It's still an injury. Right, whether you get hit, it's still an injury.
In the rule books, though, it's not just because you get injured. It's a hit to the head. Right. Is a flagrant 2.
But I'm just saying.
Not an injury.
Anything above the neck and shoulders.
So because that wasn't above the neck, it's the
So I can take his ankles out.
Yeah, if you can't prove that it's somebody did.
All right, so I won't go for it.
People did it to Kobe all the time. You can't prove. Roger Bell did it to him.
I could do a side kick to his ankle next time he go up for a layup.
You can't prove it. Yeah, you can't prove it. If you can't prove it.
As long as I ain't go for his head.
I'm just saying if that starts happening, it'll be reviewed.
I'm just gonna say I'm staying with this point, which I agree with you on that. If it's just dubbed a flagrant 2, if it's dubbed a flagrant 2 in the game, the league will review it and it's a flagrant 2, you're automatically suspended, injury or not.
I'm not mad at that.
I would be more comfortable with that than y'all making a judgment call based off of something. Yeah. If it's automatically a flagrant 2 and the league determines that it's a flagrant 2, he's suspended. Yeah, just make it across the board. Stop making it a judgment call. Make it across the board.
Yeah. And so here's my only rebuttal with that is because what if a guy gets a flagrant 2 and they don't get injured?
I don't care. It's a flagrant 2.
It's flagrant 2.
But then you really changing the game. Like if we talking playoffs, you really changing the severity.
But like you said, they shouldn't have did it.
But a guy being injured shouldn't be a determining factor because, like you said, I'm just saying it shouldn't be a determining factor because you can do that without getting a flagrant 2 foul. You can injure somebody without getting a flagrant 2 foul.
Yes, you can.
So then that injury part should not play a determinant factor. If the person if a person does a flagrant 2 foul and is dubbed a flagrant 2 foul, suspending.
You know why it does? Because you have to take the totality of the action into it. There was a crazy,
they say for what the rules say, the flagrant a suspension is based.
The rule only provides a certain part of the concept. No, the rule. It's the principle as well. It's the rule. You got it. It's not just a rule. It's just like I'm not gonna go there, but it's principles at play as well, which is why they view the whole situation.
It's 3 steps, man.
I understand that, but what I'm saying, I'm saying, and from what I looked up, they based it, like you said, off of intention and off of like you said, ill results. But if intention is a judgment, you don't know what the person intended to do. It was reckless, but you don't know what intention was.
Bring up the DUI point.
Yeah, the DUI. Like, all right, so.
Nah, that's
different. No, it's not. It's the same principle.
That's completely different.
It's not different. It is different, but it's the same principle because you can drink and still drive home and have no intention of killing somebody or crashing into their car. But the point is, there's consequences for your actions. You know you're not supposed to drink and drive.
But you know you're inebriated.
You're not supposed to drink and drive.
But you know you're inebriated. That's my point. So I don't excuse that. I don't excuse that.
People do it all the time.
I know, but
there's consequences for those reckless. That's a reckless decision. It's a reckless decision, just like that decision of him doing that foul was a reckless decision, and there's consequences for reckless decisions.
All he's saying is that if you go and call Flagrant 2, just make it a suspension.
I'm not playing a competitive sport to do that. It'd be a difference to with DUI. It'd be a different story if I'm DUI in a race.
You don't see. I'm just.
I know saying consequences. I know. I understand the consequences. I understand the consequences of that. But what I'm saying is, with a DUI, to me, like I see if you was doing racing in DUI, then by any means.
Racing.
Yeah, you a race car driving. You under the daggone influence. You driving out there knocking, killing people.
Regular people. You go out.
Sometimes you think you are, and
I don't care. But
sometimes you think you good.
But listen. But here's the thing. That's an automatic rule. You know that if what you're about to do can get somebody killed.
But you think you cool.
But you know what you're about to do could possibly get somebody killed.
You know this. You might get this.
If I'm running down the court and I'm trying to stop you,
I'm
not thinking about. I'm trying to stop you from making this shot. I'm trying to stop you from making the shot. Now, if I miss,
he didn't do that. Yes, he did. He didn't stop them. No, you said no. You said if you said he didn't do that, then you say he intended to hurt him.
We don't know.
Then you said he intended to hurt him. If you say he intended,
you can intend to hard foul somebody and not hurt him.
Yes,
that's what he did.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. That's my point.
The league has a problem with it because they don't want this type of play anymore. And here's going to be the consequences. The point you missing. The mindset that they're trying to please.
Right, but the point you're missing is if it's going to be a flagrant 2, all we're saying is suspend it, across the board.
Make it across the board.
Then if you want to review it and change it, fine, but make it across the board.
I don't have a problem.
There's levels.
Point blank.
That's what I'm saying. There's levels.
But my thing is, what is the level? But what is the head? What is the head on the ankle? What is the head to face the ankle? It should be no different. If I know I can undercut you, if I know I can undercut you and get away with it and put you out,
right?
You know what I mean?
If I cause an injury, I cause an injury.
I shouldn't be allowed to get away with that.
One is a common thing that happens almost.
No, it doesn't.
People go under somebody's legs all the time.
I'm just saying, you know, some people that do it on purpose.
It happens all the time, though.
But I'm just saying,
those always get called a flagrant too.
But if I get injured, now you gonna call a flagrant?
Right, it happens all the time.
If I get injured,
but I'm saying it gets called a flagrant too.
You know what I mean? It shouldn't matter.
This is where
he's just saying it shouldn't matter whether I undercut you or not, and you get injured. You know what I mean?
You should never undercut nobody.
No, I'm just saying. If I go, say I reach for the ball, but my body contact calls. All right, say I go for a foul.
It's a foul.
Say I do a Brian block.
It's a flagrant or whatever technical.
Say I'm coming down the lane because I've seen this happen. I do a Brian block. I block the shot, but my body contact calls you to go flying into the stands, and you get injured.
You made a basketball play.
I've never seen
somebody. I made a basketball play, but you still get injured.
Somebody get suspended for that.
Not on Brian play, but I see somebody go for a block and the person got bumped into the crowd and got hurt.
Somebody suspended.
I saw nothing. Listen to what I said.
Isn't that the word hung up on suspension?
No, but what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying I've seen plays when people actually go for the block, but because of the body, he made a play on the ball. But he made a play on the ball. But because of the body contact, the guy landed awkwardly or whatever, messed up his hand, messed up his wrist. He's out.
Okay.
That's injuries are still part of the game, whether you make a basketball play or not.
Was it a flagrant?
Not disputing that too.
It wasn't called a flagrant 2. That's my point. But that's my point. We're saying if it's a flagrant 2, automatically suspend them. Don't let the injury be a factor because I can injure you without causing a flagrant 2.
No, because there's levels. What you're missing a point.
I don't care about the level.
I don't care level.
Right, I don't care about the level.
I just wanted to just
that has no
merit. Flagrant 1, flagrant 2. That's it.
If I stop,
that's a basketball play. It was a basketball play. He made contact on the ball. His body went into him. Injury. Okay, it happens. We all know that. We can get injured just for walking out on the court and the ball can hit my ankle wrong.
Hey, I look at it like this.
The point is,
they was on the court.
That was not a basketball play.
When they playing
nobody.
Look,
too hard.
Nobody.
When they playing basketball.
Nobody.
I don't have a problem with
that was not a hard foul. That was utterly ridiculous and stupid. That's what that was. You can play devil's advocate if you want. Ain't nobody buying it. You can look at it from all the angles.
I agree.
That was not a basketball play. Do it in real time, it's worse.
Was it on the basketball court? It was a basketball play. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it.
We'll run this.
All right,
finish off. Close out.
Because I was going to say the next thing that's the problem